I don't really know.
Yeah.
Oh, you're putting this on YouTube?
You and I not to have one.
Okay.
Special.
I got to recuse themselves because they did some early
Yeah.
concept drawings for her.
So the concept drawings, what,
I'm terrible with technology, just FYI.
No,
they weren't approved?
but the problem was, it's renderings. The contract documents.
Do we have Hammond?
Wait, I don't know. I don't know if you brought that to there or not. But it kept showing that rendering, but the drawings were nothing like the rendering. That was kind of the issue. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I wondered what this was all about. This,
I don't even know if the rendering's in there.
I don't know what this was about. This thing. This same look.
Okay, yeah. Where's the time?
Good morning.
Hey, do we have a copy of these?
Sorry?
Do we have a copy of these?
I asked Michelle. She didn't send it before.
Where'd you have it?
This was in here. This was. That's it.
That's right.
Pierre? Tom's not coming, Tara's not coming. Is that it?
Here,
Okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
that's what you say.
Can you ask a question? Is this when was this submitted?
What's that?
When was this submitted originally?
January meeting, I think.
Okay, because I don't think I was
Was it
here.
December or January? I think it was January.
I don't think Tom's coming.
He's not.
If Tara's coming.
He's waiting on Pierre.
Yes.
Pierre and I have to recuse on the balance issue.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, these are not people for quorum to vote on. I'm just saying, if Michelle checked the rules, I know
Yeah, there's hardly
he
any
said that four would only be three for voting on it, it wouldn't be
Oh.
four.
Randy Altman. You know Randy?
Well,
I don't know either. Gracie would know.
She's not coming, probably.
Michelle, can you text Lacey and ask her that question? You know for sure. Okay. Are we waiting for Pierre, or are we gonna go ahead? Okay.
Here's his email this morning, says he's coming. Here's his slates.
they're so focused on all the IDA stuff right now. Things that I've done, it's kind of shells. I thought they had funds set aside for the park, so I would assume that I
Okay.
ask Brad if they're not dipping into that to take care of it.
Just tell me when you're ready.
I don't think so. Because when we went after we did the first phase or whatever, there was a certain fund for the show. And I thought it was set for the north
Pierre
side,
coming
so,
right there.
you know.
Okay, we are calling the meeting to order. This is the DDD Design Committee meeting. It's Thursday, March 3rd, 2022, 9 a.m. Will you call roll?
Here.
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 Our first item of old business is approval of the minutes from February the 3rd. I know, I just saw them. Oh, there it is. Would anybody like to, does anybody have questions or comments, or would somebody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion we approve the minutes from the February 3rd meeting.
I'll second.
Yes.
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 Okay, our next item of business is the architectural review for 300 North Kate Street. And I believe this is the second presentation. I wasn't here for the first, so I know there were some comments, some requests.
Yes, this is the second presentation for 300 North King Street. You can see the updated documents that I received yesterday, which is just this, the colors. Mr. Daryl Smith is here with his architect, I believe, and he has updated items to provide to the committee. So I guess I invite him to approach the podium and present the presentation.
Thank you all so very much. One correction, engineer is engineer. Daryl Smith, 201 Northwest Railroad Avenue. I have Darryl Fusil here, who, along with Jeffrey Smith, designed the building, and he did the structural design work. Oh, Randy Altman did the architectural work behind the facade.
So as I mentioned, the items that the committee requested from Mr. Smith in January are at the top of the sheet. So you can see that those are the items that I think we're looking for this time around. Do you have updated drawings to present to the committee?
Y'all have those drawings in front of you? Oh, yes.
Is this
Is this-
different?
That's the old packet, so you said you have updated copies.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, there's nothing in there.
Mr. Fusil is going to pass them out.
Thank you. So are these different? I didn't see an elevation. Did I see an, oh, there was there's one elevation in this original packet. Or three.
Jeff, you said you think we're gonna recuse ourselves from this?
So last in January, the committee requested an elevation detail of the existing brick structure and the to be constructed
Okay, so there is a new exterior drawing.
And that is which one? This,
This top one.
okay.
Page 6.
There's a building section, but it's not indicating the existing brick wall. I think that's one of the things that the committee asked to see, was to show that, I do see this detail where it shows existing structural brick with flashing with the wall panel, hardy board panel above.
I'm sorry, so that's what, this is, all this is hardy? This is not metal? I wasn't here for the last one, I apologize.
Was it originally metal and now it's hardy?
I think at the last, that we reviewed this, we were shown the Holly and Smith rendering of the drawing. But what our concern was is that the plans that were presented weren't, they did not look like, from the elevations and the sections and the floor plans did not correspond with the Holly and Smith rendering. I think that was kind of the issue last time, correct? Am I correct in that?
I think the issue was the facade. Y'all didn't like or you had concerns about the brick wall and the structure of the building. If it was 6 inches apart, if it was buddied right up next to the existing brick wall. That's what my memory
Yeah,
serves me
I think what you showed us in the Holly and Smith rendering showed the new structure was kind of set back from the facade of the original brick building, correct? I can't ask anybody that worked on it.
Jeff, can Jeff, is he
I
allowed
mean,
to
even that,
speak, or-
even that rendering shows that.
So,
Yes,
Roy,
yes.
like I said, these 4 bullet points,
Yes.
Tom emailed this to me. So this is Tom's exact language
Yeah.
Of what he was looking for in an updated plan. So that should help you out a little bit.
I believe we responded to the 4 point that you requested, so. You mentioned something about the floor plan. You have questions about the layout of the apartment?
No. I don't think that ever came up as a question. I think that, from my recollection was, the rendering you showed, which is very similar to this one, this is not Holly and Smith's rendering, correct?
Jeff?
Right,
Can-
so,
Yeah, let's see.
so Darrell paid Holly and Smith to do a schematic
Yeah.
design. And then we took that schematic design and used the basic concept. That's why it's not the same, you know. And that's what, and we drew our plans and sent them to the fire marshal and got approval. And so that's, you know, the primary difference between our plan and the Holly and Smith plan is in the back, they had a kind of a zigzag, well, they stepped out the porches, and we've got just a flat back across there. And of course, the layout of the interior is different. But anyway, but that's how that worked out. So, I mean, the concept of the Holly and Smith thing was followed, and that's about the extent of it.
Do we have those? I don't even know how to compare that. Do we not have the original Holly and Smith thing that was submitted? Yeah, or maybe it's a moot point. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
I'm a little confused as exactly what are you looking for?
No, at the last meeting, you were using the Holly and Smith rendering as that's what this building was gonna look like. But the floor plans and this building sections, which we didn't have, it's building sections, were not that.
Do you
It was all flush. It looked to me like that everything was sitting on top of the masonry walls that exist today.
Do you have, did we
And
bring?
I still don't see that in the floor plans.
If you look on the floor plan,
I see floor plan, first floor plan, you could see the hatched area, which I'm assuming
Is the
is
brick-
showing the existing brick wall,
it
correct?
says end existing brick wall, right,
Okay.
yeah. And then, of course, we didn't put it on the second floor, but if you would see it down below.
So it would be, that's what I guess what I'm confused
And
about.
then
You
on the
don't
floor
show it
plan-
on the second or
Yeah,
third floor plan.
Right.
But
And then,
is that section, the flashing detail,
yeah, and then
that's kind of where the section
actually,
shows the difference,
right, and
I
then
guess.
actually the some kind of way we left off the brick wall on the section, which is, which would help you.
What is that, on the back side of the building?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the back side.
No, the front side, this side of the building,
Oh, wait, I'm getting
you would
confused.
have the brick wall,
This is the
You see,
updated
like you
plan.
have
Here.
That's the
here.
brick line.
But then,
Yeah.
when you go to the
So I-
next drawing, this wall should have a line out there
Oh, yeah.
showing the brick that runs
I
around.
recall the drawing that
Right there, you
It doesn't show it.
did.
Yeah, I just,
Yeah,
the-
so that's what's, I think that's what's confusing us.
Yeah,
yeah, I don't know how, what happened in the magic of AutoCAD.
And what is the material on the exterior? I think in the,
Well, Jeff had,
it was metal in the Holly and Smith rendering, wasn't it?
to put metal, I have a alternative to that because of the cost of the product now. It's going up. These are different, the product. Y'all want to look at. Yeah. So, same design that Mr. Smith did, Jeff, that is, but it's just a different product, rather than metal, it would be,
And it's vertical and it's,
it would be vertical. Well, I mean, actually, I kinda like the horizontal now, but I'll let y'all decide if you want horizontal or vertical, be happy to.
so is it, it's horizontal,
I like the horizontal look that's, on this brochure.
but I'm looking at two different types of materials, right? Or are you taking this and,
No,
or is everything's up and,
Well,
everything?
due to the state of the economy right now, and the cost and the availability of the metal, I'm looking at an alternative product to use other than metal.
Oh, I'm not saying, I'm looking at these elevations and I'm seeing material run this way and material run this way. And you have just, you're just showing, is that the same thing for everything, is what I'm getting
Yeah,
at?
what
Are you
is-
running it two different
you're
ways?
showing a horizontal and a
Yeah, this
vertical.
is
What are the two
showing
materials?
horizontal and vertical.
Yeah, because what this rendering shows is horizontal inside the porch,
Uh-huh.
and then vertical on.
But we're not building the building from that, we're building them from this.
Right.
And this
So what,
shows two
what is,
different
yeah,
materials.
that was my question. What was this and what was
Well-
that? Are they the same thing? If so, they're represented incorrectly. I mean,
Yeah,
I think originally when we did this, the goal was to use metal, but.
well, no, I mean, we actually were talking about using hardy board.
In a combination of
Yeah.
board and.
No,
And then
just
just
hardy
hardy.
board with running them.
That's the horizontal stuff was hardy,
so this was
and
Hardy.
then the vertical was,
Was
the
that,
Was
Oh,
hard.
vertical's
that's
hardy
hardy
as
too?
well.
Yeah.
But now that's gonna be this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
oh,
That's this product,
Yeah.
that's the Nichiha.
okay. And you'll get those in different sizes or something, or?
Yes, they come in, as you can see, they come in a variety of different sizes.
That's it?
I have, plenty of brochures for you guys to look at, as well as if you'd like to look at some, as well, we have brochures.
They have, are you looking at this ribbed maybe for this? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I was gonna go more with a flat, panel is what I was going with.
But it'll be in this configuration, not,
Okay, that's what I'm,
not this. Is it this? I mean,
Well, that's
mixture of,
That's the rear of the building.
yeah, but this is the front of the building it
That's the front of
shows.
the building.
Right.
The existing red brick will remain on the first floor, but in the rear of the building, it'll be all hardy brick.
which one of these is the front?
West.
The west?
Yeah.
Well, it's got it both ways too.
West and north, south, I'm sorry. The west and then the north side.
It wouldn't have a north elevation.
Well, it's a south elevation.
South elevation faces,
That faces the,
faces south, and then the west is facing
So
west,
east side.
and this is the rear. Okay. So I guess my question again is, and maybe you answered, I was looking and didn't hear you. It's gonna look, the siding is gonna be in these configurations, not all vertical. And it just under
Now, let me ask you a question. I'm flexible. What is the preference of the board? You want vertical or horizontal?
I mean, really and truthfully, we're, I mean,
You could care
you're
less?
asking.
Well, then
No,
I'm gonna do-
I'm not saying I
vertical.
could care less. I'd like to see what you, you know, we're trying not to dictate it to you, but we are trying to, we do want to kind of give you some guidance on it, but,
Right.
so it sounds like to me that are you asking for
My preference
guidance
is to
on
go
it?
vertical, but I'm flexible.
Okay.
Because the committee is wanting to have some, so I'm being very flexible.
Well, let me
I'm
ask you-
like y'all,
can I ask you a
recommend what
question?
color
Did-
you want, and if you want it vertical or horizontal.
Well, let me ask you this, the original thing that you had, which I guess is off the table now, because I haven't seen the Highland
Yeah.
Smith thing that you,
Jeffrey is going to get the print of that. He's on his way back.
Different Jeffrey, not this Jeffrey.
Not that Jeffrey. Jeffrey is with the planning department.
okay.
good.
I just didn't, I'm trying to
Yes, I
to
understand.
see what you, because, I mean, obviously, you liked what you had, but
Sure.
you're trying to go with something else with, so I don't know, I mean, if you're asking me to give you some guidance on that, then I can see what that was, and then see where you are with this, and then maybe
Yeah.
we can offer some sort of,
What stage are you
Opinion.
with this project? Are y'all, do you have your,
so you've already gone to the fire marshal then?
so you're ready to go out to bid, or are you ready to pull in a contractor?
Yes. Yeah, we're ready to go. We're just,
So this is just these aren't the construction documents, these are just sort of something for this meeting then?
yeah.
That's, I mean, that is the package we saw last time, I think, in larger format. There we go.
This is what you guys submitted to us, not the other
So you can see that. It's a combination, which I like anyway, the combination of the vertical and the horizontal.
Yeah.
And in this one, all the recessed spaces were kind of horizontal, and all the protruding facade, the face of the building was the vertical, which I think is kind of what you're showing somewhat here.
Go to your second floor plan.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. It's just not articulated the same, that's why we're just looking at this as reference, but this is what we have to look at, these drawings, because this one has a little bit more articulation in
don't
the
see
facade.
This recess on there,
It's not,
yeah, and it,
There's an opening down
and
here on their drawings.
right here. I see.
there's one there,
This is a guardrail there.
and then this is not on here unless I'm just missing it. This is this door, and then this is this window.
And this is that window.
So we're looking at older drawings, is that,
I think this is the latest.
This is the,
we're
Because this
looking
is
at the
showing
latest?
the wall, I
this
think.
is Holly Smith's package.
Oh, this is.
This was the early schematic. like
Oh, this is
conceptual.
not what was submitted?
No.
Well, this is submitted to the city of Hammond for,
Yeah, I think because they're wrong to show the rendering last week, but it really, that's not.
This is for reference only, so.
Okay.
so this
Cut that
also
out.
Okay,
isn't the
now I
most
see what you're
current,
saying.
right?
This is the most current.
But this is
a
not,
This is
there's
a rendering
no
someone else
window
did.
here. I mean, I looked at it, everything else kind of looked like it fell where it shows on here.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
So that's not,
Yeah, this isn't there. This one is,
and where is the wall,
That
the building section cut that's on here? This building section, I'm sorry,
no, it's,
yanking it out
It's
of your
not shown in
hand.
the floor plan.
So where is this taken? Because one of the questions was confirming how the new construction
Yeah, it's
works with the existing brick wall.
cut through there. Which.
So it's not really showing me,
Earlier, I forgot to put that detail there. Or they got-
So this is kind of wherever that
Yeah, that's,
Where it looks
exterior
like.
existing wall
right, yeah, it would be
meets.
right there, exactly.
So you're running new structure behind the existing.
Except for the back.
Fix in.
So the back you're sitting in on the parapet or on the wall,
But I don't see those.
and looks like you're coming down,
First floor.
Is this an open corridor in the building? Like,
yeah.
this is open?
Mhm.
I don't see
Open up
columns
to
or
the-
anything added. I know I'm blind, but am I missing it?
Look at the floor plan. That's
Well,
not,
no, I
that's not a
guess,
real
I mean, you
concern.
would see on the third, on the second and third, you'd see that brick wall down below.
Right, but you have to have some pretty substantial structure going behind that wall to support second and third floor, right? If the existing brick wall is not supporting it, then,
Yeah.
So that's
You
the
gotta
new,
hold
I just don't
that's the
see
new
it.
stud
New
wall.
foundation.
Steel columns and steel.
That's
so
the
they're
new-
just not showing up on the floor plan?
This is all like this is all a steel structure, isn't it?
Yeah.
These
like
joists and
steel.
all.
Joist or joist.
And then,
Yeah, the
I
first-
think that's what's confusing, is that they don't show that existing brick wall.
And they don't show the new structural on the floor plans.
Right, yeah, something like that, yes, that's what's kind of confusing. That's the only drawing that references the older building, right there.
I
Yeah,
can
but we
discuss
have-
this, but go back and look at the other submittal, it shows up on that.
What other submittal?
What was submitted
Oh.
last time it came.
We have that?
Yeah, it's steel structure on the first floor and then wood above.
Okay, I see some columns in there now.
Yeah, yeah, I see it. What you think?
Oh, I see, they changed, they're using steel on the. But we're actually not looking at the interior, right?
No, I was thinking.
We're just looking at the exterior,
Just
right?
exterior.
Yeah, right.
You guys want to make a recommendation? Honestly, I don't think we can actually vote on it today. I don't think we have a quorum, since we have two people recused. So I guess we can offer comments, but we can't actually vote on anything.
That's correct, you said?
Well,
You need Tom to be here.
Or Tara?
so Darryl, you're looking at, you looking for some guidance on the color scheme or the materials, how they're ran, and is that what you?
Well, I'm just open to y'all's recommendations. I know what I'd like to do, but I'm trying to give y'all an opportunity to say, you know, we think this color would look good. I said, okay, that's fine.
The colors are basically the colors that are there now, right? It's just matching what's there
See-
on the bottom.
So I think what was, I kind of like the fact that there were different colors in the portion that was done originally. There was some sort of contrast, and it kind of, I don't know, being all white, just kind of, I think you lose
I
some
think
of
what
the.
they had was like these recessed portions were,
Well, there were more recesses, because I think
Yeah.
from what I saw, it looked like these balconies went all the way up through here to where there's not a balcony on the third floor anymore, right?
what are this is a metal color chart. Is that for the roofing? I just looked at what you threw up here.
That might have been,
Is that not, that's not applicable? Where's the Nichi House colors?
Well, with respect to the second and third floors, I know I heard flat panel mentioned at some point. I think it's too large a mass to just be flat, not have some type of either the vertical siding or the horizontal, it's gonna be too large a mass sitting on top of that
That's what I,
red brick. So
Yeah.
it does need to be broken up, in my opinion, in some way, either with the texture of the material or, because I think that original rendering we saw, it recessed, you had more recesses, you had more kind of visual interest going on up there, and you'd have more shadow play and stuff. This is just kind of a box sitting on top. So again, that's my opinion, either with color, texture,
yeah,
the horizontal.
I
or the
agree too.
vertical.
I agree too. I mean, it's like I'd almost like to see something like
The
this.
vertical.
Yeah,
Like this be the
Yeah,
vertical maybe, and
right.
then
you know, and that
I'm
might
not
sort of
sure.
set back and maybe not all white. But then again, I'd kind of have to see it where it's gonna go now, because I mean, then it might
Yeah,
look
maybe
kind of
these-
strange.
maybe these recessed areas are like a darker gray or something.
Are you making any recommendations? I'm giving y'all an opportunity to put
We
your
are making some recommendations,
color.
yeah.
You're-
We're not necessarily giving you color. I mean, that you have an architect and engineers hired to help you with that. So, I think one of
Well,
our,
I hired an architect, but they can't speak, so, which was-
but they're not
They're
current,
not the-
they're not
they're not the
currently your
project
professional of
architect of
record. You
record.
have Randy Ottman as your professional of record. Right.
So you're telling me.
What did Randy
So
say?
I can clarify, so y'all are not making any recommendations on what colors y'all would like to see on the building? So I
What
can
you're
go with-
showing color-wise, you're basically sticking with the color that's there now on the
Well,
brick.
it's a two-tone, it's a red at the bottom to keep the red brick, but on the top part, you're telling me you really don't, you're not making any recommendations on color.
What we said is you can either use color or you can use the texture of the material. If you're going to break it up with verticals and horizontals to keep it from being just one large mass, you can do it with that. You can do it with material or you can do it with color
Or both.
or both.
Well, material of choice is gonna be a hardy plank of niche, not the metal. Do you have any problems with me switching from metal to?
Are you going to keep some kind of verticality or horizontal element to the hardy?
He said he
when you
liked the
switch to
vertical.
it?
The drawings, not that, well, that does to some extent, show vertical and horizontal.
Right.
There'll be a mixture of the two, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
And I think that those two different patterns should probably be two different colors possibly. I mean, it could be.
Could be.
Maybe a gray one, maybe the building's the white, like you showed.
Yeah,
and
I'd like to kinda see
recess,
that.
Horizontal is the gray.
Right.
Under the recesses and stuff. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, well, again, I came here today to give you all an opportunity to tell me what y'all would like on the building.
So that's not our job to tell you what colors to use on the building.
So if I bring back other colors, you're not gonna disagree with the colors that I
If you bring back, it depends on what you bring back. If you bring back like fuchsia
Okay, I'm in
and
paradox
Barney
here.
purple.
Okay, I got you, I understand. All right, so I'll pick some colors and any other.
We're not opposed to the neutrals
Okay.
up above. I don't think anybody has a problem with that. But, again, it's not our
I understand.
job to sit here and pick colors for your building.
I understand. So vertical, horizontal, you like that?
I like that.
You want me to pick the colors, anything else that I need to address when you do have a form? So I have to wait another month to get a form vote, or do y'all do anything other than?
We can hold a special meeting. Can you poll the committee and see when they can attend? Okay. We definitely need
Special meeting.
Tara and Tom.
So you can move on.
Any other issues that I need other than vertical, horizontal, and color? Everybody's happy with everything else?
Did we
so,
go back and look at the list real quick? So color samples, better representation, so no metal at all hardy. It looks like you addressed, maybe if, when you come back, just that wall section with the brick shown, then that would clarify that first question that everybody had.
And maybe it's the other plan views reference the exterior wall and plan views.
You want to see the other
Well, I mean,
elevations of the building?
We addressed the first questions from the previous meeting. I mean, you have more questions that
No.
y'all want me to address?
We're just, you asked if we had any other questions,
I'm
so,
asking, yeah, of course.
so we're discussing that, so just a little discussion.
I understand, but when I was here in January, you said 4 items, and I've addressed all 4. Are you adding more items that you want me to address? Is what I'm asking. Are you asking for additional?
I don't think at this moment we are, but we're just asking among each other if anybody has questions. I know 2 of us, Chris and I,
Well,
didn't see it in
right.
January.
I
This
think,
is our
I think
first
too,
time
the
to
number, the
see
first
it.
one, the typical exterior wall sections are still lacking. What we're seeing are just a kind of a partial.
It's a partial to
section.
detail.
I mean,
yeah.
the only exterior section we have doesn't even show, the,
So that's just
This section doesn't
asking
show
for a little more
brick wall.
information on one of the items that was requested.
that's the only
If
reference
that's
to it.
supposed to be the
And that's just
the
a flashing detail.
Right.
So
Which,
I'm saying, like these sections, I think what we asked for is how the exterior existing building walls relate to the newer structure, and it's not shown in this section.
Not really.
So no, everything wasn't given to us that we needed. So that and the colors, I think, are the things that we need, right?
And I mean, a final decision on material for the
Yeah.
upper portion.
Which,
Yeah.
It will not be metal,
Okay.
not be metal.
okay.
and
But
we'll
you're
be
saying
glad,
part
we'll
of
be
it.
glad to,
And I guess just
Need
an
to
assurance, like we
expedite
said, that the vertical and the horizontal are going to remain, and it's not going to go to a flat panel, because I think there was some discussion at one point
So-
today about
so
flat.
we want an updated color. It doesn't have to be a rendering, but just color chips of what
Yeah.
the horizontal, what the vertical colors are gonna be. That should be pretty simple, and we can meet the,
You'll email me? Okay, so it's color, vertical, horizontal on the side, and you want a
That's
better
just-
detail of where the
just,
new wall
I
meets
mean,
the
that's
brick
gonna take
wall.
you
It's,
15 minutes to do, yeah, we just,
right, it's just the
Let me ask you this.
what we asked for.
Elevation-wise, though, I mean, so I assume you're you're probably gonna have a contractor just on board that's gonna work with you, because, I mean, this rendering, and unless I'm looking at this wrong, the renderings and the elevations,
they don't
they
match.
don't match.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm having a hard time, I mean, I
Yeah.
see
Yeah,
what,
that
I
needs to
see
be
what this
clarified.
is, you know, I kind of see where you're going with this. And now, I don't know why, or whoever said update the exterior elevations to reflect the same look, because it doesn't.
You see, like this,
He would have to
South elevation.
change the plans, his plans, basically to follow the Holly and Smith schematic design package, which obviously doesn't want the 3rd floor balcony, right? That's why you pushed it out to the face, correct? And then you didn't want this balcony, I mean, I assume you're gonna try and maximize on the space, correct? I don't know, I'm just saying, because I'm looking, I saw, and now, you know, now that I saw the rendering, I kind of saw what you're,
Get the rendering.
the rendering and the elevations need to be consistent.
Yeah, we need to do that.
to the other one, to the,
This one.
oh, yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
that's what you're saying, is this doesn't match
This
this.
one and
Okay.
this
yeah, that.
Not what I'm
does not
saying, I'm
match
saying,
the-
I understand what
elevations.
you're saying. I'm gonna address
we're not gonna do that.
I'll have it.
Okay,
That
I
needs
just
to
wasn't,
be-
I wouldn't,
So that's the 3 things we need.
Okay.
Updated
Wait,
and
say it
consistent
again.
elevations.
Say it again.
if we're going literally by this, update the exterior elevations to reflect the same look, and I guess look, that Holly and Smith prepared in the schematic design. I mean, the look, to me, was how they brought,
I agree.
you know, all the way up
What
to,
you
you know.
said.
So maybe do that with, maybe that happens in,
You could maybe do that with materials.
maybe do that with materials, right? It doesn't necessarily have
You know,
to
maybe do that
be
with
the
materials.
recesses.
Doesn't have to
or
be the
something like
facade
that.
articulated like they
Right.
had it. but
And maybe that's sort of, maybe this is closer, I'm not
Probably.
looking at it again,
If you
this
could
might
see
be
it in a
close.
rendering, yeah.
Right, if you could see it in a rendering. And I think that's kind of what's throwing me off a little bit. But, and I think you've got some opportunities to do some kind of cool stuff. If this is the material, I can't imagine there being much cost difference between certain things if you used a different type of material, you know, to
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so-
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's a product.
So,
Okay.
so you got, she'll get you,
I think so.
I think Michelle can give you a list of
Okay.
what we
Thank
need to
y'all so
have.
much.
And we'll try to get together, get you guys moving forward. Thank you. I think this is all their stuff, huh?
There's a color section.
I think this is mine.
You want to keep that or you want?
No, can I keep this?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure to work with y'all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we are moving on to new business. First item is architectural review, 806 Southwest Railroad Avenue. And we do have an application.
Let's get up here now.
Do I? Yeah. Yeah, I know, what the hell?
So this is, a post-work, review.
Okay.
You'll see the application, the before and after photos, the paint colors selected, and the proposed signage for the building are included in your packet.
So has this already been painted? Is this a real picture? Okay.
Like this.
Yeah, the pink strips with the black. Yep. My name is Omar Adhami. It's a family-owned business. I'm here on behalf of my older brother, Adam Adhami. Yep. I'm sorry, I didn't introduce myself. All what we did basically in the building is just the paint from outside. It's a beauty supply. We sell extensions and all this kind of stuff. Pretty much it's just to attract customers. The business name is called For Her Beauty. Interior, we didn't do anything, just paint, decoration. That's pretty much what it is. Just the outside, it was a Family Dollar before, and the paint was faded, so we had to paint pretty much the exterior.
I just want to point out that we do have guidelines. They're available online through our website. And there's a section about building colors. Specifically, it's paragraph M, item 2. Facade colors shall be subtle and of low reflectivity. The use of primary, high-intensity, or metallic colors shall be prohibited outside of the sign face. So,
Inside the sign there.
it says outside of the sign face,
So the sign could be,
I guess, yeah.
I'm confused, I'm seeing this picture here,
One-
it's hard to read because it's into the sun. And this picture on the next page
It's
is
white.
a white facade.
I think that's one, that's like a
That
before and
picture,
after.
It's when we got the building, so we had our sign designer and everything.
So he made this drawing
She
before
just
he
measured,
painted.
measured the sign, how it's gonna look.
Oh, this is a drawn rendering.
I have a new picture if you like.
the sign's not
Show you.
being submitted, right?
As you took the picture in the afternoon, the
It is
sun.
currently painted.
Yeah, well, right now it's currently like
It's currently
this,
painted?
And it's gonna be for
Gray
her
and pink.
beauty on.
Yeah, I just can't see it because of the sun. I don't know what color that is.
Oh,
Is it
it's
gray?
black, it's a black,
Black?
purple, I have a picture. This is-
The paint is essentially this color that is on the
Yeah.
signage to be itself.
It's called,
And, yeah,
Interior living is the sign.
it's called,
Yeah, I think we don't have,
That's in his
I guess it's still, we don't,
it's called crack pepper.
historic, right? That's an historic district, right?
This is the actual, like.
I think it is.
They need to,
Yeah, well, this is how it looks, pretty much.
I don't think the dark color is the problem, it's the pink.
yeah, that's, yeah.
Said he's, because he's using the Kate Street, I think, or rather,
Oh, okay. I thought he fixed that.
So it's quite different, huh?
Well, it's the
That's right
backs,
now.
it's the back, that's just the sign.
This is
Submittal.
just this.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you.
this has been pretty much.
I thought it was the paint with the wall too.
No, he said.
And he's not painting the
This,
brick.
this right here was made before he painted the wall, by the sign.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So now it's like a black or dark,
Yeah, so
dark
He's not
gray,
submitting
and
the
it's
sign.
gonna have this.
He's not submitting.
And
the
And the
sign.
reason
the
for
pink
the-
letters will go over that?
Yeah, over pretty much on top of the gray. Well, the reason for the pink,
We can
we
paint the whole
support
thing black.
breast cancer too, at the business owner.
Uh-huh.
So anyone, guys, or whoever walk in, you have, some kind of condition, cancer or something, we pretty much, we sell it all, like whatever you want, without cost to us. So how much we get it for, we sell it for the same price. It's just, we're trying pretty much to help everyone else, but yeah, that's pretty much what it is.
As a retailer, I understand trying to attract business and using what you can to do that, but we do have guidelines so that, things are, and the wording in there that it be subtle, that it fit into the fabric of the downtown. So I know there are other, many options for pink.
So if the pink is the issue here, yeah, I don't mind, I can paint it
I
whatever
don't
you
know
guys
how y'all
do.
feel about,
Why you guys?
I mean,
prefer-
I understand wanting to use pink if it's their,
I mean, if you read the thing literally as it says, then he can have the pink on the sign.
Mhm.
It's the other stuff that is maybe not supposed to be so bright,
I got you. Now, here's the thing. My building, or pretty much the building, it's, I want to say it's a little bit far away from the street. So, we have other around surrounded building. It's right on, I want to say, a little further down to the street side. So we have a parking lot. It can take like up to 25 to 50, I want to say 25 to 26 car parking. So it's, I want to say, whoever crossing the street from any vehicle, it's not gonna, how I can say, it's not gonna attract a lot of people. It's just because pretty much the whole purpose from the sign and the building, it's just to look like a fresh new building, a fresh new business right here around. We just open, all this kind of stuff. But if the issue for the pink, I can change it, no problem. If the issue with the cracked pepper, with pepper paint behind the sign, I don't mind, I can change it, I mean, so.
I will say that, I think, if I remember right, the car wash people, when they came to us, they wanted to paint a lot more of their building. Now, people that painted it blue didn't come to us, they just did it. But the people before them that had the green and the gray, they wanted a lot more green, and we asked them to dial it back, and they just painted just some of the trim work as the green. So we compromised with it, which, we could have wanted to paint the whole thing pink, and then, so, I guess what I'm saying is that he's kind of already done what we asked the car wash to do. So,
So you think there's a precedence then set?
yeah,
Was the green and
it was a
neon
very
green?
Right.
bright
It was,
green.
right?
Yeah, it was like,
Okay.
was it Kelly green, brighter than that. So, and in the end, it's just paint.
Yeah, exactly.
What do you think, Jeff?
Were you advocating to leave the pink trim? What you just said?
I'll be honest with you, I don't like pink.
I
can't
am,
stand pink.
again,
My personal
I appreciate your
preference,
opinion.
but I'm
Yeah.
trying to be fair and impartial about it,
It's just the thin, that's the whole thing with the pink, just,
Right.
to match pretty much the sign.
And the bollards.
How it's gonna look.
I think the impact would be greater without the pink trim.
Yeah.
The sign's gonna pop out and say, here I am.
That's-
The pink
I
is
don't-
taken away from
I
it.
kind of agree.
I don't think anybody's gonna miss your pink sign. Nobody's gonna
You
see
mean the side?
your
Well,
sign.
the
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
actual sign.
Nobody's gonna miss that.
Okay.
I agree with Jeffrey. I think if you lose the pink trim,
Exactly.
that it may actually be better
What
for
color
your
do you guys
signage.
What about the bollards? Because bollards, I mean.
You're not-
Paint them,
You're not gonna
bright
see them
yellow.
when cars are parked in front of them.
that's what I'm saying.
I don't mind a pink box.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I think the pink bollards
Yeah,
can
kinda
stay
ties
because,
it
I
to the
mean,
sign.
All
yeah.
right, so to just tack on to your thought, what if just
Just
the
one?
trim is the same color as the field?
Yes.
Yeah.
All the black color?
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I think that would,
Then change it?
I think you're,
Yeah,
yeah.
and then the pink sign can stay pink. All right. All right, I'll make a motion of that.
I'll second it.
All the same color.
The motion is to paint the.
The trim.
That is pink now, the same color as gray.
Right, or
So yeah,
it's
the
like,
pink strips pretty
I
much.
think he's calling it pepper. I don't know, is
Yeah,
that the
Cracked,
name?
cracked pepper.
That's the name of the paint?
That's the name
Yep.
of the paint.
Yes, I see it. He's got a picture of it right
Yeah,
here. It says
exactly.
cracked pepper.
I
Yeah.
I second it.
All right.
Chris Bankman.
Yes.
Greg Bennett. Marty Fresh.
Yes.
Tom Sawyer. Catherine Regan.
Yes.
Stephanie Smith.
Yes.
Joe Harris.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Thank you
Thank
so much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good luck with your business.
Thank you. That's an honor. Thank you. All good?
Yes, all good.
Let's
Yes.
go ahead and change the pink strips.
Is there any time bound limits for this?
I don't know. You're gonna have to
I would say
research that.
within 3 to 4 days.
Oh,
Okay.
that's,
Oh, yeah.
that's
Good.
great.
That's good.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
3 to 4 days maximum, yeah.
Yeah.
I have
I'll
my...
visit next week.
Oh, okay. Should I visit again
No,
next
no,
week?
no, I'll just come to you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, our last item under new business is discussion of Railroad Park mural concepts. We're supposed to teleconference.
So we have, I guess, just a quick update first.
We are,
What about getting brick?
they're moving forward. We've got some delays that are out of our control. Michelle knows our engraved bricks are now delayed till probably the first week of April to get them. About half of them are printed, I believe, and then they ran out of bricks or something.
Yeah, so they don't have the stock to engrave them, so that
Yeah.
will be delivered, I believe, next Friday or the
18th.
18th. And
18th.
so they're getting that stock in, and then they'll finish engraving all of them, by the first week of April. So that's still not
Yeah.
So where do they go?
lead time for.
Where are
They're
they?
right in front of the stage.
Okay.
We've left that, all the paving's done, we've left that area out. They're hanging artwork today of some of the, the train logos and all that are going up. They're gonna have to be touched up, painted. We'll
Is
be
it,
proud.
a small enough area where the engraved things are that you could rope it off, or do y'all just wanna wait?
Yeah, I think we have some other delays, too, I was gonna tell you. We have some
Okay.
paver delays on some of our pavers. The pavers come out of, Pavestone out of Slidell plant, and the plant, is down because they've changed some equipment out. So we're looking at a couple more weeks before we can do about 1,400 square feet of our remaining pavers. The sidewalk is getting poured today out in front of the DDD building to the east. And we're gonna go ahead and get that poured and get those bricks laid so we can open the sidewalks up and just leave the park closed off. Tuesday night, we're doing the lighting adjustments. All the lights will be completed. And we're gonna do all the adjustments at night to try to get the lights on the trees right, and the fountain and stage and all that kind of stuff. So the lighting will be completed. We're gonna leave it off after that, just so we don't have people going into the park. But at the March meeting of the DDD board, we will again have to do another change order. I told you last time, I said, I think this is the last change order, famous last words. So we'll have to probably extend the project till the 15th of April. Which kind of works okay because our artists will probably not be getting started for our mural till the end of April. So looks like we'll be able to open the park about mid-April. That's where we stand right now.
Just in time for Easter.
Yes. So it's all coming together real nicely.
Britt, can you hear us?
Yes, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Great, okay. So we have Britt Flood here, selected artist, visiting us virtually, and she's also here on video, so I don't know how we want to kind of do this, but I'm going to pull up her updated sketches.
You want to turn the lights off here?
I can do that.
That's a different one, huh? I hadn't seen that.
Yes, these are,
Can we,
well-
we can stand up here, Les, huh? That probably makes sense.
okay, so she
I
has
can't
like
see.
an oak tree and Britt's gonna walk us through these.
Okay.
So maybe I'll just.
Stuff we gotta talk about.
Try to move us through.
Excuse me, Chris, sorry.
Hello, Brett.
Hey guys, good morning.
Morning.
So she can't really see what we're seeing, but we can do this. Is this working? I don't know. Trying to figure out how to do it.
Well, tell it, I guess, which
We have
which
the-
option is up?
Yeah, the one with
Yeah.
the, I guess the butterfly maybe, or what?
So this is,
I just included that one for reference. That was the one I submitted with the application.
Okay.
Yep.
okay, so just walk us through your updated design.
We'll put it on.
Yeah, right?
Sure. So I can't see the screen, but concept A is the one I'm calling with the kind of oak tree in the middle and the streetscape in the middle.
Right.
Is that what?
Yes.
Awesome. So I got a lot of inspiration from the community survey. There are a lot of really cool responses, and a phrase that really stuck out to me was bringing the past and future together in the present. So in this concept development, I'm working out a composition where the left side of the wall could be a focus on the roots of the railroad industry. From there, morphing into kind of a silhouette of a downtown street, we can make that more detailed as we need to, with a giant oak tree overlooking the street and overlooking kind of the whole mural in the center of it. I think it could be really cool to bring oak roots down into the middle, and I could trace those and create an outline for folks to paint and fill in the roots on our community paint day. Could be a cool way to have community involvement. And from there, I showed some native plants and flowers on the right side of the composition. There were quite a few responses in the community survey looking for something kind of floral and as an ode to the farming roots as well. So those are some ideas. I could incorporate those things, and that's concept A.
Okay. Is there another one?
Yes, there is. Next one.
It's more spatial.
With the, buildings going down the side,
Yeah, it's more spatial.
it's like magnolias and iris, and that.
Streetscape trying to get into a streetscape.
Oh, the train morphs into the,
Yeah.
That's cool.
that is cool.
I like that.
Yeah, I thought that would be kind of fun to play with that idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I think we all like that.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot more work to do. You're just presenting ideas, right? Concepts.
Yes, definitely. I still consider this just like a composition stage, just really figuring out the main composition.
Right.
And then from here, I'll go in and make those elements more detailed, add in certain things, yeah, just really trying to figure out the basic layout for now.
So are you saying, are you gonna actually make the train look like it's morphing out of buildings? Like there'll be a weird transition there that,
That's my goal, yeah,
Yeah.
to make it look like it's just expanding into something else.
yeah, and it's the same thing on the right side with the flowers?
You said that magnet.
Yeah, on the right side too, and I can switch out the flowers and again do more
Yeah,
specific.
I think,
Yeah, these are more local flowers.
Yeah, I think those work better with your
Yeah.
composition. They're
Yeah. I don't
Okay,
even know
I'll
what
let
those
those give you an
flowers.
iris, magnolias. I can add some moss, and make it really specific.
Yeah, I think that's good. Roy just had a good point that on this one at the vanishing point, the oak tree looks like it's sitting up on a hill. It may be nicer if it was dropped down a little bit, you know.
Okay, drop that down.
We
Yep,
don't really
yeah,
have
no
any
problem.
hills.
We don't have
Um,
Not
Flatlanders.
So, also, can
might try to
Yes.
do a rendering of a building.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. I can include a couple different styles for that building illustration in the next round.
That's what, this is Roy talking, Britt. I think that's what drew us to you originally, was the abstractness of your work, you know?
Yeah.
And I think we all felt like the abstract art kind of gives it a timelessness. And that's what I kind of see, is I want a piece of art that you can look at 10 different times, see 10 different things.
You know, what I was really attracted to was the train being obviously a train, but it's coming out of some abstractions that are represent the community that aren't literal, like a tree or a flower or something. It's more abstract, you know, abstract art that represents those things. So you got.
But the fact that you know they are buildings is just more abstracted.
Right.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's showing a streetscape, which I think is, that's sort of, that's the heart of, yeah.
I like this personally.
Looks good, Brett.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. I'm taking notes.
I'd like to talk to them, our committee, Britt. I've got your color samples for the letters.
Okay.
I would like to show them,
No, so there are two options, and then the other one was just,
That was,
this was the original.
yeah, let's leave that, leave the last one up.
Yeah.
So you could, because it's,
There's a lot of abstractions in that first one.
I asked, part of our contractor's responsibility is to paint the Hammond letters. I think y'all seen those are in place. They're gonna be primed and cleaned, and, I kind of want to get that painted, because that's kind of one of the last things you're gonna have contractually to do, and have that done. And so I asked Britt to submit some colors that she thought worked with the art. And the idea, I think, Britt, you can clarify, was to contrast the letters a little bit against the art, because, you know, they're tall, and we want the art to be, we want to kind of work together. So we took these colors out there, and, you know, we view them as, or I view them as one composition, hopefully. That's kind of why Britt chose these colors. And this is the color that we kind of were leaning towards. This is the color we were leaning towards. Britt and I discussed it, rather than maybe these brighter colors. I don't know what your thoughts are, but my plan is I would like to try to go to the historic district at the March meeting and try to get this approved. I don't know how I'm going to do that without showing them some of this art, but that's my goal, so we can get this done and not have it waiting until late April and have the contractor have to come back and do this. 16. Well, I'm just saying, these are four. Do we need it?
I see two blues.
It's blue.
Yeah, there's two blues.
Yeah, we can turn it now.
But, you know, I mean, maybe there's another color.
So you had three colors, and you picked the blue.
We had four colors. These are two different blues. Yeah.
What color are you painting? Is it steel or something?
I'm sorry?
What color are you painting?
Oh, I had that color. It's called,
The blue?
right here.
The steel. Yeah. A lot of
You know,
steel painting.
we've tried to, like with downtown, stick with the greens, the deep greens.
Or terracotta, or something like a red, or
And it ties back to Southeastern too, because I know we look at comments, why didn't we? Yeah.
that's the color of all the metal work in the park. Huh? Well,
You talked about doing that.
we didn't really talk about, I mean, I had nothing in my mind about the color of the letters, because, you know, the DDD, we had lots of ideas about what was going to happen. We just never, we're at the point now about what color to paint the letters and work with the art, because that could be one composition. This is grizzle gray. This is what we use on all the overhead structure on the stage. The artwork pieces are all gray. The fencing is all gray. So that's definitely a possibility. I'll have to let Britt see that and send you a color swatch on the numbers. Do you have a problem with Britt with the Gina gray?
No, a gray will make any colors in the wall pop really well.
Can you see that?
And
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously,
It's like a battleship.
it's Sherwin-Williams 706
actually,
But this is just what we painted everything else. I brought it just to show you. The other option we have is wait till she finalizes that her artwork and then select the color that works with it. It's going to delay us maybe into, we may have to extend the project a little. Huh? Well, that's not part of her, I mean, that's,
Take it out of the contract and give it to her.
well, we're priming her.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
if
we're
you
priming.
prime
Prime
them,
gray.
if you
We can
prime
prime
them,
it,
then
right?
you have a little bit
We
of,
can prime with this girl.
yeah, and we have.
It's like this type of paint, it's like a special acrylic, almost like an automotive paint.
Yeah.
You know, it's expensive and very durable. So, we can prime them in that color and then see how it works and whatever. So,
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, just say.
Yeah,
that.
let's
prime, we're just priming this color.
Let's prime them, and then we've got a little bit of, I mean, that shouldn't take them that long to not paint those letters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's what we'll do. We'll prime them this color, like in the next week or so, and then we'll let her move forward.
Well, do we need approval?
I will go.
Not for primer, not for primer. I'm just telling them that's not the final color.
Okay.
But in reality, it'd be a good test for us to see how that looks and how easy it is to read it. you know.
Yeah, that's easy.
Anything else?
So Britt, do you have any questions for us, areas of guidance that you feel you need? We do have a public input session at our farmers market this Saturday. So
Okay.
any ideas or questions that we can, typically what we do are like sticky notes, like to maybe print out something and have folks do sticky notes. Any suggestions that you have to kind of gather more information would be helpful.
Yes, I can follow up in an email with more specific ideas, but I'd love to get you just some, like a JPEG of some palette swatches from each of these concepts, just to get some colors in front of people and see what colors they're feeling. I think would be a good way to start. And then from there, if you want to print out each of these concepts so far and just like even have people write little doodles on them or, open it all up to in-time feedback, that would be cool. I'll read everything, I'll take everything, but I can follow up with some specific ideas
Okay.
after this, yeah.
So I know the committee is looking for more abstract concepts, and
Yeah.
it's hard to define abstract. So I don't know if that's a point that, you're just gonna take some time to think about, but if you were looking like what kind of abstractions are we kind of looking for?
I think she's on
I
it.
like
I think she's on it.
Okay.
I think she's on a great.
Yeah, no,
I think what Jeffrey was suggesting was that you still know that it's a streetscape of buildings, but that the detail of the buildings is not so clear. And that, right, Britt? Are you on the same page with that?
Yeah, got it.
Okay.
Yeah, as far as any of the native plants or flowers, I can also, instead of it being a more detailed painting, I can literally just like trace the shape of the flower and block it into a certain color, in part. So I think simplifying some of the details, like you said with the buildings,
Yeah.
that'll make it appear more abstract. And then once you walk by it, maybe the second time, you're like, wait, that's the shape of our iris, or wait, nice little flower that is.
Exactly.
And in terms of color palette, one, and not to say that we have to do this, but one suggestion that John Exnicious had was incorporating more of like that darker green of southeastern or like a gold. This is very pastel, but
Yeah.
so I'm not quite sure the other leanings of color palette or if we're happy with like how this is kind of looking in terms of color palette.
Yeah.
It's a piece of art. It's not.
Yeah.
I mean, I want it to be a piece of art, like it was hanging in your house or something. It doesn't have to relate to everything we have in town. I mean, it needs to work with everything. We have a lot of things in the park that tie the whole thing to downtown brick colors and all this other thing.
Yeah, I don't think the mural has to be green, gold.
Yeah, no, not fully, but kind of your sample letters, like just having a nod.
Yeah.
Whatever that nod is.
I mean, you're gonna have the green of the leaves
hill with the tree. The tree placement is gonna make a big difference in where your eye goes, and so that's gonna make a big difference in how the whole thing sort of comes together. I do like the bolder colors of the other two, so, you know, I know you guys like this one. This is my personal opinion. I like the more vibrant, bold colors.
Like about the composition.
So, you know, I don't think we need green and gold in this. I agree with Roy that this is a piece of art. You know, I think it is giving plenty of nods to many different parts of our city. So I think it's going in the right direction.
Awesome, thank you.
Cool. Just so, wait, so Michelle, while you were up, Michelle mentioned that we're gonna have like, I guess you're gonna make a board or something maybe for a farmer's market, and people can put SKUs or something like that.
And then we'll have, you know, anything that sort of Britt says, any suggestions that she has that she feel will be helpful.
My only comment to that, but I think we'll agree, is that maybe we should not show both of them at that. I mean, if we're all in agreement that this is the direction, why show the other concept just to muddy the water?
No, I agree. So that there's just less, there's less open-endedness to
Yes,
it.
yes.
I think based on everyone's comments from before, though, they're gonna find this to be more attractive,
I think so.
according to what they said.
I can see people standing in the middle of it where it's kind of like,
Like you're on.
like you're on a street and the stuff is coming out on the side. More of a spatial composition things.
No, particularly since it's in the round.
Right, right.
The oak tree is the focal point, the center of the roundness.
And the wall is curved,
Big number.
Right.
And I also think that the diagonal in this composition almost mimics those wing murals that you see.
Right, yeah.
If someone were to stand in the middle, it's kind of like everything's just coming out of them or connecting to them. I think that could be really cool.
Yeah.
Did you tell them our schedule?
I included the schedule, in your packet.
Our goal is to go before historic district on, at the April meeting, so.
What will you have to show?
We'll have to,
We have to get them to approve the final rendering.
So you'll have a finished drawing.
Yes.
So what the course of action that we're taking next, and Britt is aware that sort of this is, we agreed upon the schedule. We've got an input session this Friday at the farmer's market. We'll have an input session next Wednesday at the Regional Arts Center, at 5:30, so that we have an evening session. Another one at the farmer's market. And we'll also on Thursday evening at 5, we'll do an Instagram live with the artist. So it'll be kind of fun having a conversation with Britt. That will be fun. And then we have the board meeting on the 16th. So we may not have final sketches by that point, but by April 7th, our next committee meeting, we would like to have Britt present those 2 final sketches. And then once we have at least 2 final concepts, that's when we said we will put it out to vote. So when the board approved Britt as the artist, the motion was to have 2 finalized concepts for the public to vote on. So that's something that we have to consider, because that was the direction that the board wanted to go in for that. And then all the voting would occur in April, and then we would have that presented to the historic district on the 13th, and then the earliest day we could have painting would be April 21st.
So does it take 2 changes to the point where they can be voted?
I mean, that, actually, Michelle's right, that's what I think the board asked for, but I just don't think they're public property design.
And it could be just, maybe there's some different colors in one, you know?
Yeah, maybe that's the direction we should go.
Yeah.
Push forward with
That
this.
was for the April
So we have to
board meeting or for our March?
So for the March, we will not have 2 finalized concepts.
Exactly right.
Can we just present the 2 concepts at the March board meeting and hopefully narrow down
finalize that final one, and then, or excuse me, finalize again another iteration of 2, and then we'll have the 2 final ones for the community to vote and put input on. So I'd be looking at one more round for the 15th, and then one more design round to get to that final.
I'll relay the public input that I do receive between now and the 12th to you as quickly as I get. So the day of the meetings, I'll either compile things, take pictures, and send it to you so that you have that to instantly incorporate as you receive it.
Okay, cool.
Any questions, comments, concerns?
Just wondering if Rick's still happy you got this commission.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it's cool. All right, thank you, Britt. Hey, if y'all, any of y'all could come to that PD board meeting, just because we're gonna be presenting these things, we need the design committee, many, you're there already. What?
Thank you, Rich.
You're on your own, Roy.
We'll be in touch.
I'll come, Roy.
Thank you, Peter.
Everyone else has left the call.
Yes, we're adjourned. How about that?
So, now that we've adjourned, is this turned off?
No, just hang on a second.
Man. Biting blood.